everyone, I am Doctor Ravina, NHS doctor specialised in women's health and Femtech founder of SONAS. So today we'll be discussing the oral contraceptive pill versus the progesterone only pill. And these are hormonal pills that can be used as contraception, and this is a part of the Contraceptive series. So if you want to know anything more about implants, coils, condoms, you can check them out in the rest of the series. In this video today, we'll be discussing what the pill is and what it does to our body, the pros of taking either one of them, the cons, and then at the end, we will just conclude by telling you a little bit about what might work for you. Okay, so to start off, what does the pill do to my body? So this is a really common question, and lots of my patients do ask me, is it bad for me to have hormones in my body? So first of all, what does it actually do? So broadly, when we take any hormonal pill, when we do take it regularly, it will then start to replace the hormone that our body produces naturally on its own. So when we take it synthetically, which means our body doesn't produce it, when we take hormones, it switches off the hormone center in our brain. And that regulatory cycle is called the HPA. That's the hypothalamic pituitary axis. It's just a medical term to explain the regulatory cycle of hormones in our body. So if we're taking it every single day, it's going to switch it off. And it's going to switch off the cycle because we don't need to produce any more. We've already got enough in our body. Our body knows that we've got enough in our bloodstream because we keep taking it. However, if we then stop, then that will switch the HPA cycle back on. So it doesn't mean that your periods suddenly stop. It doesn't mean that our hormones suddenly stop being produced and won't ever start again. It just means that it will restart once we stop taking the pill. Okay, so the combined oral contraceptive pill, how do we take it and what happens if we miss taking a pill? So the combined oral contraceptive pill we take every single day of the month. So in the menstrual cycle, you start on day 1, which is your first day of your bleed. That's the first day of your period, and that's day 1. You start taking your pill then, and you carry on taking it every single day of the month. Some people will take it throughout the entire month of their period and then take another one and then take another one without a break. We do advise that you have a pill-free break so that you can bleed. So in the majority of cases, we say that you take it for 21 days, which is up to week 3. So from week 1 to week 3. And then after day 21, you have 7 days of a pill-free week. And during that time, you won't be taking any hormone, so you'll get a withdrawal bleed, which we call your period. It's not really a period. The reason you're having it is because we've taken away the hormone and your womb is now shedding its lining. Okay, so that is what you take. You take 1 pill every single day. Now, what happens if you miss a day? Say, we're all human, we all forget things. If you miss 1 day, it's fine, you'll still be protected. So you take the pill as soon as you remember, as long as it's within just missing 1 day. Now, you take the pill that you missed and you take yesterday's pill. So you take 2 pills at the same time. So now what happens if we've missed 2 days? So say you took the pill on Monday and then you missed it on Tuesday, you missed it on Wednesday, and we're now on Thursday. So we missed 2 days. What you do is on Thursday, you're going to take Thursday's pill and you're going to take Wednesday's pill, but you're going to leave Tuesday's pill. So what that means is you take 2 pills at the same time, but you disregard any other days that you have missed. You should not take more than 2 pills at any one time in one 24-hour period, okay? Now, if that is the case, you have missed a day and you will need extra protection. So you will need to use barrier contraception for the next 7 days as a precaution, okay? And once you've then re-established your pill taking for 7 days, you can then rely on it as contraception. Now, let's talk about the pros of using the combined oral contraceptive pill and then the cons. So let's talk about the pros of contraception. So first of all, it is very, very effective. Almost 100%, but As you know, nothing is 100% in medicine. Nothing is 100% reliable. So it's around 99% if and only if it's used perfectly. So perfect use, taking it every single day at the same time and not missing any pills. If you do that, then there is a very little chance of you falling pregnant. Another benefit of taking the oral contraceptive pill is that it's protective against ovarian cancer and endometrial cancer. So that's a great benefit of taking the oral contraceptive pill. And also by taking it, it reduces your incidences of breast lumps, so breast cysts. Now, the cons of using the combined oral contraceptive pill, there's three main ones. So one, there's an increased risk of clots, so specifically clots in your arms, in your legs, in your lungs, and in your head. So these are things like strokes, something called pulmonary embolism, and DVTs. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there is an increased risk of breast cancer, and it's only slightly, and generally with prolonged use of the oral contraceptive pill, you get this risk. And then once you stop the pill, your risk will then return back to anyone else in the population after 10 years of stopping it. Okay, so in the long term, if you then stop it for 10 years, your risk will go back down to the same risk as anyone else. And then the third con of the oral contraceptive pill is there is a risk to your liver. So it can lead to liver dysfunction, but it's very rare. So we'd only consider perhaps not giving it to you if you've already got underlying predisposing conditions to your liver. But this is something we would monitor if you do get any symptoms that are related to your liver. Okay, so that really concludes what the combined pill is, how it works, the effect it has on your body, the pros and the cons. So next we're going to move to the progesterone only pill. Okay, so next up we will be talking about the progesterone only pill. Now there's lots of different types of progesterone only pills, and you have the older generation POP and you have the newer generation. So the older generation, that's things like norepinephrine, and that's the type of progesterone used, whereas the newer ones are things called Progesterone, and that's a very new type of progesterone. And the reason why we like to differentiate between the two is because they have different ways of using them and different ways of taking the tablet. So with the older generation tablets, these tablets need to be taken 3 times a day. Now, if you miss any of those tablets, if you miss taking a tablet, it can be okay if you remember to take it within 3 hours. If you take it within that 3-hour window, you're fine and you're protected. Now, if you take the tablet after the 3-hour window of the time that you've missed it in, then you're not protected and you will need additional forms of protection, so condoms, barrier contraception. And as soon as you re-establish your pill taking, usually within 2 days, you'll have protection, and then you don't need to take any additional precautions like condoms. So that's your old type of progesterone. And then your new type of progesterone is Progesterone. Now, Progesterone is really common, and we like to prescribe it because you have a longer window of forgetting, and we know that everyone forgets, everyone's busy. You can get days where you're rushed off your feet and you just forget to take your pill. So with Progesterone, if you take it within your 12-hour window, so if you forget to take it on Monday and then you remember 12 hours later, that's fine and you're still protected. But if it's a whole day later, so if we've now got to Tuesday and you haven't taken your Monday's pill, you're no longer protected and you will need additional barrier contraception in that time. But at least with the newer types of progesterone, you have a little bit of a longer period rather than the 3 hours. So that's basically how you take it. Now, what are the pros of taking the progesterone only pill? Well, with the progesterone only pill, we can give it for people that have high risk reasons to not take the combined pill. So people that are smokers, have a high BMI, have liver dysfunction, are epileptic, maybe have a family history of breast cancer, who've had clots in the past, may even have breast cancer themselves. So all of these reasons are things that we'd like to err on the side of caution with the combined pill, because that contains estrogen and progesterone. Now, the cons of using the progesterone only pill are having side effects related to high progesterone in the body. So those are things like nausea, breast pain, tenderness around the breast, acne, weight gain, bloating. But I know it sounds like a long list of really horrible symptoms, but it's really important to bear in mind that not everyone will get these side effects. And if you do get side effects, you may just have one or two rather than everything. But of course, if you do have side effects and you don't like them, we can stop the pill and start you on something else. Okay, so that's just a very quick overview on the progesterone-only pill and the combined oral contraceptive pill. And the one that you'll get prescribed will very much depend on your personal medical history, your social history, your family history. So we really like to look at you as an individual and see what works best for you and your body. So that's pretty much everything. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments below. You can also private message me on @Dr.Ravina if you have any questions that you don't want to post publicly. But please remember, I can't give any personal advice. These videos are for educational purposes only, and please seek any medical advice from your own doctor. But anyway, take care and catch you on our next video. Take care, bye.